Hello everyone! Hey back with another gameplay. I will be playing another yandere visual novel game called My Dear Hatchet Man. I've seen gameplays of this game already a few months back, and I've decided to now get into it. This game was created by Gnome, linked to their Blue Sky as well as the game's link, and the My Dear Hatchet Man official Twitter will be in the description down below. From what I do know is that day 1 and 2 is already available, and day 3 is still in development, so I will be staying in tune for that. I also know that this game had to be rewritten and had gotten an update not too long ago. I've seen what it looked like before the update compared to what it looks like now, and I really like it. I think it looks wonderful. I like how the art style has improved. This game is for an 18 plus audience and does contain themes that may be unsettling. So with that out of the way, let's get into this game. What is your name? Type it in and press enter. What is your gender? Male, female, non-binary, custom, female. Your gender is female. Is this okay? Yes. I tend to run away from my problems. It's how I ended up here in the first place. Doomsbury, located somewhere in Massachusetts with a small population of 30,000 people or so. It's known for being a college town, where most young adults have taken over the streets and businesses. It's got a rich history, from cryptics to devil-worshipping cults. If you were a gang of crime-fighting teens, you'd have your work cut out for you. But the townspeople revel in the mystery, urban legends, and strange folklore. Considering how quiet the town was usually, anything that was a break from the monotony gained notoriety. Many people, especially families, would come and dump their kids from spring or summer break. You know, a boomer's worst nightmare. I dug my claws into the sleepy town, attending Doomsbury University. For the past few months of my fall semester to settle, I fell into a routine: eat, sleep, study, repeat. At first, I was excited to come from the next town over. Receiving that acceptance letter was the best thing to happen to me. I was handed a new life, one way more different than who I was. I wanted it more than anything. Once the chance was given to me, I took it, hook, line, and sinker. I was doing fine for a while, but it was hard to make friends. I was isolated. The only times I left my house was to grab a slice of pizza or some coffee from the cafe. I sort of trapped myself in this cycle. Sometimes I wouldn't bother to eat and slug down sleeping pills. To say this move wasn't going smoothly would be the understatement of the century. It's not like I hated here. Maybe I was just doomed to be miserable no matter where I went. I mean, I'm much happier here than where I used to be. That's not saying much though. I wandered into the woods, thinking that maybe a walk would wear me out, and I could catch up on some sleep. There was nothing fun about laying on my bed, dissociating until I passed out. So I decided to leave my cave for some late-night snacks from the local's convenience store. Another staple of Doomsbury is its mystical and expansive forest that surrounds it. Wood trails that could take you to the many businesses and homes. All the natives knew the trails like the back of their hand, and I was so sure I did too. It's pretty familiar with my usual path on my walks, staring at the same up sidewalks or kicking the occasional pebble along the dirt paths. Walking didn't take up much of my time, though I wished it did. I wouldn't say I'm much of a nature lover. The woods do look nice, especially during golden hour. Tonight I decided to take a different path. I wanted to see what the woods could bring me. A shortcut, or maybe I jammed my hands into the pockets of my pants, trying to get some feeling in them. Wait a minute. Where exactly am I? God damn it. Well, this was just perfect. I'm all alone in the woods, with no service, no sense of direction, and it's dark out. That's what I get for being adventurous. I'm an idiot. My eyes scanned around through the thick foliage of the trees. How long was I walking for? I couldn't have walked that far out, but it was too little too late for that now. The soles of my feet were aching. Begrudgingly, I sat on a large rock as a sort of makeshift seat to relax and collect my thoughts before I had a mental breakdown. I sighed, slightly grimacing from the cold, hard surface of the rock. I dropped my plastic bag of goodies onto the grass. My face crinkled from the frigid breeze. I don't know what to do. I can't believe I'm lost out here. That, if I died, it could be weeks before my body was found. I sniffled, wiping away the small tears forming at the corners of my eyes. At least I have my snacks. I like that's the only thing the character thinks about, is having your snacks. My hands reached down to rummage the bottom of the bag, feeling around for what I could get my hands on. I feel something wrapped in plastic and pulled it out. I grabbed an off-brand, healthy granola bar that was coated in chocolate and some caramel drizzle. Not exactly the most exciting choice, but f*** it. I needed something to chew on. I struggled with the wrapping. It was getting in between me and my pseudo-healthy crunchy bar. Huh? The deafening silence was disturbed by what seemed like the sound of a twig snapping. Freeze in place, jump. My eyes frantically darted around, looking for an exit. I wanted to run far, far away from whatever I was approaching. My eyes frantically darted around, looking for an exit. I wanted to run away far, far away from whatever was approaching. Calm down, York. Maybe it was just an animal. Or maybe not. I'm not ready to die. I gawked at a pair of glowing, predatory eyes emerging from the flora of the forest. My heart was racing, and I could feel my body running cold. I think he was getting closer to me. Scream or attack? Scream. I didn't have anything else I could do. I huddled myself, trying to desperately appear small, like some kind of scared animal, not putting up a fight. I let out more of a yelp than a scream, out of sheer desperation. I threw a random snack from my bag at them. Was that all I could really muster? Nothing but a pathetic call for help? I shut my eyes, waiting for some sort of shock or a hit on the head, but...
Are you lost?
I hear a concerned voice. Cautiously, I lowered my guard, taking a peek at who exactly was in front of me. I couldn't make out his features well, but his hair stuck every which way out of his head. He appeared to be holding something. A hatchet. Something wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. This guy seemed oblivious to the situation at play here. I was so stunned I couldn't even speak. My eyes were too focused on the hatchet he had resting across his shoulder, just so casual-like. The guy tilts his head to the side, confused by my uneasiness. Oh, this? He held one of his hands up before letting the hatchet slip from his fingers onto the patch of grass beneath him, moving slowly to emphasize that he was harmless. He did all this while putting up a friendly smile. Take it easy. I'm not gonna hurt you. Are you lost? Oh yeah? What makes you think I can trust some guy with an axe in the middle of the forest like it's nothing? The stranger only replied to my question with a smile. It was only making me more nervous. Well, answer me. It's a hatchet. Huh? It's a hatchet, not an axe. I blink at him. Was he mocking me? Is this all just one big joke at me for him to laugh at? He was acting way too casual and didn't try to pull anything once. Was I overreacting? I didn't put down any of my defenses, though, as I continued to eye him suspiciously. Are you gonna answer my question now? He continued to have that small, almost innocent smile plastered on his face. It annoyed you? It kinda charmed you. Slowly, but still cautiously, I lowered my guard. However, my eyes stayed glued to him, waiting for the moment he may do something unexpected. Answer mine first. He let out a chuckle at my response. I noticed his movements weren't threatening and seemed to be casual. All right, I'll comply. He put his arms up, almost like he was trying to surrender and play off my interrogation. Would you rather be stuck in the forest then? No. Then you should trust me. Easier said than done. He placed a hand over his mouth, trying to hold back a chuckle at my snarky remark.
Well,
You got me there, but do you know how to navigate your way back? Do you? There was a small beat of silence before he raised his hand. He was wearing brown fingerless gloves. I know these woods like the back of my hand. You learn a thing or two when you live out here. I'll even walk in front of you so you don't feel all antsy. I took a few seconds to think over his offer. I didn't exactly want to be stuck here forever until my body got discovered by a search party or eaten by vultures. Whoever this guy was, he was the best choice I had for now. Fine, lead the way. He smiled at me, reaching down to the ground and picking up his sturdy hatchet. Perfectly sticking out from the soft tufts of grass, he swung the tool back on his shoulders. If I catch you doing anything remotely suspicious, I'll start swinging. I hear you loud and clear. He offered me his hand. I could barely make out the calluses and a few scratches from his hand. I was still a bit hesitant, but I took it anyway.
let's go.
Let's get going. Get you somewhere safer. His grip was surprisingly strong, but he wasn't squeezing my hand or anything. The trees were becoming less dense the more we walked together with the light of the moon guiding us through the foliage. Now and again, he would give me small glances, and in return, I got a better glimpse of his features. Particularly, his eyes were the most noticeable. Both of them are a different color. I couldn't help but stare at them, like I had spotted a rare creature in the wild. I don't think I have seen you before. Are you new around by any chance? I was a bit caught off by surprise, not expecting him to bring a conversation. I just realized that I had been looking up at him without saying a word. Well, I moved from the next town over, not too long ago. He perked up with interest. What made you decide to stay in good old Doomsbury? I merely shrugged at him. I had lots of reasons for staying here, and to be frank, he was near a perfect stranger. I won't spill my guts, but I'll tell him something. Wanted to get out of my bubble, to put it simply. Doomsbury University seemed like the best school for me. How is that going for you? Oh, you know. Perfect. Fine. Super.
Oh, that bad, huh?
I cringe. So much for being vague and mysterious. The guy chuckled more under his breath as he continued to guide me through the trees and bushes. We both stayed silent, occasionally shattering the silence with small talk. He could tell I was uneasy around him. He seemed a bit sullen, like he had been looking forward to talking with me. My short responses and constant fidgeting told him that I was still on my guard. Not that he blamed me. He was sure he'd be cautious of some dude with a hatchet too. As we continued our trek, the tension we had before slowly dissipated, and I stopped being afraid of my own shadow. With time, the unkempt dirt path of the woods merges with the edge of the sidewalk, a sign of civilization. What a relief! I could practically kiss the ground right now. Looks like we finally made it. Oh my god, thank you! Please, I owe you one. I finally let go of his hand, stuffing mine into my pockets. Don't mention it. It wasn't an issue at all. I turned over to him, scratching the back of my neck and feeling the chills of the cold air tickling my skin. Listen, you didn't murder me, and that's all I could ask for. I should at least return the favor. The guy didn't even give it a thought, as he grinned ear to ear. Tomorrow, meet me back in the woods and we can get some more snacks from that place. He pointed to my plastic bag. Oh, sure thing. It wasn't until I looked down at it and saw a decently sized hole had torn its way. Only a few of my snacks have survived. It must have ripped along the way. I groaned. Are you kidding me? That was my dinner! I'll get you some more stuff tomorrow, deal? I looked at him with sad, tired eyes. I'll see you around tomorrow then. He continued to stand in his place while I turned my back from the woods, walking into my neighborhood once again. Stopping at the front door, I gave him one last wave. I couldn't tell from the distance, but he seemed to wave back. I'm so tired. I am. Exhausted, I immediately threw myself onto my bed, tossing the plastic bag on the floor. Finally, I can get some rest. God, my feet are already aching. How long did I walk? It seemed incredibly late. My eyes, they feel heavy. Whoever that guy was. Wait, I didn't get his name. I'll ask him tomorrow. I feel heavy, like I can't get up. Something's on top of me! Oh God, how long did I sleep? I must have passed out and slept like a rock. Last night. Oh yeah, I got lost in the woods, met a strange dude after he scared the living daylights out of me, and he promised me some snacks for today. I feel some mix of comforting jitters sinking in. It hasn't been long since I've moved in, and I wasn't exactly rubbing shoulders with my neighbors, but I still talk to them. I never heard them mention anything about a man living in the forest. If they knew, they would have given me a heads up, and I probably would have reacted differently. Right? Was I overthinking this? Probably. I should probably check my phone. I held the button on the side, tapping my foot as I waited for it to light up. My home screen brightens as the notification trickled onto it. An unknown number. Hey. Sorry to bother you. What chapter are we studying for Professor Mocross? This is Erica, by the way. Ah! Erica! Ah, yes, she's part of my English class. I think we exchanged numbers because our professor recommended it. Initially, I didn't plan to ask for anyone's number, especially since I didn't know anyone in that class. I barely even talked to them other than occasionally asking someone for a pencil. Anyone who's been at college can relate. Any introverts out there, if you can relate to being in college classes and not really planning on, getting anyone's number, you're just in there to do your work and to just get out, as everyone who goes to college is doing. I can totally relate to this, because that's how I am. Erica was the one to approach me first. She wasn't talkative either, only answered questions sometimes and gave snarky remarks on a whim. I didn't know much about her other than she'd be a constant center of attention with her outfits. She had a keen eye for fashion, and she would constantly amaze me with how she can walk into a class. She'd breeze in effortlessly like a runway model. Some outfits were her projects for her fashion design class. Others were simply her wanting to look good that day. It was pretty surprising to find out that she was majoring in interior design. She'd be the chicest interior designer, that's for sure. I mean, Really? I mean, if you know that this girl goes to design class and she has awesome outfits all the time, how would it be surprising that she would be majoring in that? I mean, I guess you don't want to really just look at someone and just assume what their major is, but like, come on, if you've seen that this girl has some really good outfits, like, how would that even shock you? For me, I don't think that would really shock me. If I see someone with like really like high class, like, then again, I don't really pay attention much, so probably not. Erica seemed like she had her shit together, from what I could glean from the few times I spoke to her. Chapter 4. I sent the text and proceeded to let out a groan while dragging myself up from the bed. I would much rather sleep the day away, but I was promised snacks. It's been the first time in a while that I've been motivated to do something other than rot in my room. Damn. That's kinda sad. Thanks. I chuckled at her response. That was kinda cute. Before I go out, I need to refuel for the day. I reached out to the fridge, pulling with a bit of force, thanks to how janky the handle had become over time. I should get that looked at. Everything around this house needed some touch-ups, though. Maybe I shouldn't have turned down the idea of having a roommate. But I do enjoy my privacy a lot, and I wasn't keen on losing that anytime soon. Another introverted thing, yep, totally can relate, totally. The cool air of the fridge nicked the tip of my nose as my eyes searched for food. It was practically empty. Slice of leftover pizza, toasted waffles, eggs. It's not much, but it's a classic staple for breakfast. Plain and simple. I don't have much to eat with it. A fried egg is the way to go then. And that concludes day 1. And that is day 1 of My Dear Hatchet Man. So, if you guys like this gameplay, I do plan on uploading day 2. But if you like this video, please comment down and like, and don't forget to share to boost my engagement. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!